Greetings fellow 50p coin collectors, Coin Snatcher back again, and this time something a little bit different. So one of the types of videos that I enjoy watching when it comes to coin collecting, 50p collecting in particular, are the videos where people clean coins. Doesn't necessarily have to be 50p's, it can be any sort of coin at all, but very good fun to see what different solutions, chemicals, processes people use to clean a coin. Now, I would say at the onset of this, if you want a coin cleaned properly, you send it off to one of the grading companies. They conserve the coin and they usually put it back to pretty close to its original condition. I'm not going to do that tonight. So I've bought a coin on eBay, and this is an Isle of Man Viking ship coin. No surprise there. This is a 1979 coin, and this particular coin has an edge inscription on it as well. So I'm just going to take it out of this little flip, and there's two reasons for buying this. One, I just fancied cleaning a coin, and two, this coin only cost around £10.50. So we can see that there's plenty of muck on this coin. It's certainly not the cleanest of coins that I've come across. You can see the edge inscription there on the edge. If the camera decides to play ball with me, it always tries to focus on the furthest away object, so we can just make out there where it says visit and royal. I'm just looking at the inscription on that. I was thinking there it looks a bit offset to the left actually. Right, now the other interesting thing with this coin, if we have a little zoom in on it, bear with me, is this is not a standard brilliant uncirculated coin. This coin has a little D-die mark on it. You can just see it there in front of the waves. And this D-die mark symbolises that the coin is in fact a silver-proof. Now, for anybody who has silver-proof coins, I would not recommend you do this unless you're happy possibly to leave the coin with scratches on it. So there's loads of different ways to clean coins, but one of the ways that hasn't been shown yet is a proper cleaning cloth. So this cloth is made by a company called Lectern, and Lectern make a wide range of accessories for coin collectors. So this coin is impregnated with certain chemicals that actually allow you to clean the coin just by rubbing it. Really good if you have used coins, i.e. circulated coins, or if you have bank coins, brilliant uncirculated coins. Now when it comes to coins, I tend to give them a clean with this cloth, but that only applies if they've been circulated, so they've been used, or if they're brilliant uncirculated coins. And because I don't really tend to sell that many 50p's, for instance this one I won't sell, I'll just keep it. It doesn't really matter if I scratch it or not. Normally these D-die mark 50p's would probably go for between 30 and 40 pounds. So picking one of these up for £10, you know, I'm not really losing that much on it. I am going to check at some point and see if the edge inscription starts in a different place compared to the coin that I have, because I have this exact coin already in the collection. So we're not using any fancy chemicals, we're just going to use this cloth, and all you have to do with this cloth is just rub it over the coin. You see straight away the difference that's made. So we'll keep rubbing it because I'm not too worried, as I say, if it gets scratched or not. But the great thing with this type of cloth is that it'll go black with the dirt that you get off the coin, and then when you look at it the next day, all the black has disappeared off the coin, or off the cloth, sorry. And it must be whatever the chemicals are in this cloth, that basically it's almost like self-cleaning, because I've cleaned several coins with it and I thought, well, that's the cloth done. I'll probably have to get a new one from somewhere, go on eBay and see if I can find them. And then you look at it the next day and you think, oh, where have all these black marks gone to? They've literally just disappeared overnight. So it's a really nice way to clean the coins, and they're quite good too if you have, as I say, your circulating coins. It takes all the muck off them. Now, I'm not being particularly gentle with this, you know. If you got a soft touch, then possibly even better, but I don't have a soft touch really when it comes to this. I just wanted to give a little demonstration of how well these cloths clean the coins. So literally in real time there, you can see that I've given that coin a nice rub over, and it's come up really nice. So we'll flip it over to the other side, and just where I've been holding it and rubbing the obverse of it, it's taken a lot of the muck off it as well. So we'll give that a little rub on this side. Something very satisfying about cleaning coins. There's when you collect coins, there's so many different branches of coins you can collect. You know, you can start off and go back thousands of years, and you can collect the very first coins that were struck, the like Roman coins or Chinese coins. You can collect Victorian Edwardian coins. You can collect Henry VIII type coins, all different years of coins to collect in different types and styles. So hammered coins, coins that are made in a steam press, modern coins. And when I say steam press, of course, James Bolton, the engineer, was the first person to invent a steam press for striking coins. And that came because coins originally would have been hammered out individually, and you can imagine how time consuming a process it was. So they were able to make a machine that would do it, make the machine run on steam, and literally you could knock out many coins compared to having a man sit and do it with what would effectively be a hammer and dies. And of course, for any coin collectors, the history of coins is important as well. I like all sorts of coins, but you know, I used to collect well, we used to collect all the year sets from the Royal Mint, all the proof sets, and used to collect the £2 coins as well. Used to collect the £5 coins. Had a collection of £20 coins and £50 coins as well. And like with any hobby, it got to the point where it was just literally getting too much to collect every coin in every denomination. So a couple of years ago, I decided to sell off all the coins basically that weren't a 50p, and use that money to reinvest and really to go hell for leather, to have a good 50p collection. And if you do watch any of my videos, you'll see the size of the 50p collection. And as I said, it gets right down into collecting one coin that comes in literally 28 different versions. So it's really good fun. It keeps the brain active, you could say, and it's most enjoyable, you know, coming home from work, as I did today, to find a nice selection of envelopes waiting. And then of course there's always the apprehension of, is the coin in the envelope the one that was pictured? And I would say probably around 99% of the coins that I buy them off eBay. You know, nice and easy, pays your money, gets posted to you. And you know, for the amount of coins I've purchased on eBay over the years, I have had little, if any, well, I've had one or two, that's one or two bad experiences, but overall, you know, percentage wise, I would say less than 1% of my purchases have I ever had an issue with. So yeah, it's nice to come home. I work hard, I work long hours, and it's nice to come home and find a few envelopes lying on the ground and have a look inside them, and you know, hopefully it's a 50p that we don't have in the collection already, and we can pop it in. And I chose 50p collecting as a hobby quite specifically. Well, I say 50p collecting, originally it was coin collecting, because you know, like most people, men mainly, I've played golf, I've had different hobbies and interests. Mercedes cars, I had a couple of those for a while and spent thousands of pounds doing up the Mercedes cars. And then then with the cost of fuel, £200 a tank is quite a lot to be spending on petrol for a car that does 13 or 14 miles per gallon. So I wanted a hobby where I could buy coins, and I wouldn't say an investment, but I wanted a hobby where if I chose to get out of the hobby, I'd be able to sell the products I'd purchased and literally, you know, get as much of my money back as possible. That was the idea when I started collecting coins 6 or 7 years ago, and well, it's very difficult for me to sell any coin really. I don't like to part with them, even if they're doubles or triples or trebles. But if I do ever decide to give up 50p coin collecting, then I'll have a nice stash of 50p's that I'll be able to sell. So this has taken around 11 minutes so far, and we've given it a good old rub. So let's have a look at the finished item here. So I think you'll agree from what that coin was when it arrived in the little flip. We flip it over and just look at the difference of that. So I thought it would make an interesting video after, you know, I watch videos of coin hunts. I might mock the coin hunts sometime, but I do enjoy watching coin hunts because, you know, if you can find a Kew Gardens or you find a Territories 50p when you're coin hunting, then, you know, it's great stuff, isn't it? That's the name of the game. For me, just not my thing really to go through endless amounts of 50p's to try and find literally what is only one rare 50p, because with British 50p's they're all minted in millions, except of course for the Kew Gardens 50p, which is 210,000. The thing with the Kew Gardens 10p is that there was 210,000 that were minted and put into circulation, but there's roughly another 200,000 that were sold in the brilliant uncirculated packs. They were sold in the proof sets for the year. Then you had all the silver proofs that were minted, and then you had all the silverproof PA4s that were minted, and then of course you had a number of gold ones that were minted as well. Be nice to collect the gold 50p's, but unfortunately, like most people, they're out of my reach, and I would rather buy 50 different 50p's than buy one gold one. Saying that, I did buy the Stephen Hawking gold 50p, but I had it a month or two and it just sort of sat on the shelf, and I didn't get as much pleasure out of the one coin as I do out of having a stack of them. And the UK 50p's, when you've collected all the circulating ones, all the NIFC ones, all the bank packs, most of the silverproof and silverproof PA4, then it's a case of what's next. And that's when I started collecting the Isle of Man coins. Started off with the Milner's Tower series, and then from the Milner Tower series went on to collect other sort of normal Isle of Man 50p's, and then it all went a bit Pete Tong because I ended up collecting the Christmas 50p's, the Viking 50p's, the TT 50p's, and whatever other special issues that would come out. But these are the older coins, so you tend to find that because these are the large size 50p's, the collector market for them is a bit smaller, because, well, you really need to be keen on your 50p's to do what I've done and start getting into die mark variations, etc, and that sort of thing. So there we go. I'm pretty happy that really grubby looking 50p is now shining. It's lovely and shiny. In fact, it's actually come up really nicely. So we're going to pop that in a capsule, and I'll pop that up on the shelf as one of my cleaned coins. Hope you enjoyed that video. It's just something a little bit different rather than the usual run of Dimarks and Isle of Man coins and UK coins and that. So hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel already. And of course, most importantly, leave a comment below. What do you think about cleaning coins? Because generally it's a big no-no. Shouldn't really clean any proof type coin because you damage the finish on it. But bearing in mind that this coin's 1979, so it's 43 years old. And just look at the condition of that coin. It looked really, really grubby when I got it. And now within the space of 15 minutes, it's gone from being a grubby coin to actually being a really, really nice coin. And quite surprisingly, we haven't really damaged the finish on it. You can still see the luster on that coin and the reflection. So anyway, I could waffle on about 50p's all night, but I think that's enough for this video. So that's it for now. Peace and love. Coin Snatcher out.